there is a, maybe I will, oh my Krishna. Okay, I will again read the translation. So the body, now just see with the translation you want to learn again. Okay, it is said, Chiti adinam iharthanam chaya na katmapihi na sanghato vikaropi na vitan na vitosha. The body, chaya, made of the five elements, Chiti adinam, is neither a combination of the elements, na katmapi arthanam sangatha. Na katmapi arthanam sangatha means is neither a combination of the elements, na api vikara, nor a whole with the elements as its parts. All the elements combining, it's not the body. And also not the other case like whole, the elements as its parts, na api vikara. Since it is not completely separate, na pratak, na anvita, and not intimately connected with them. Okay. Thus, the body and the world are illusory. That's what they are trying to say. Okay. Thus, the body and other things, chaya, based on the five gross elements, are not a combination of the elements or their transformation. A forest is a combination of trees. Prabhupada is bringing that analogy here, that a forest is a combination of trees. Taking out one tree does not mean the whole forest has been pulled out. But the body is not such a combination, since taking out the elements in one part destroys the body. It is also not a transformation of the element. This means it is not a whole unit produced by the elements as parts. Okay, this means it is not a whole unit produced by the elements as parts. Why? One cannot perceive a real difference between a part and the whole in the body, nor in the body closely connected with the elements. So it's quite complicated. But what here Acharya is saying, that how does it relate to each element as its part? If the elements are parts and closely connected to the body, it would mean that if the part were destroyed, the whole would be destroyed. If the hands, fingers, or intelligence in the body were destroyed, the whole body should be destroyed. Or if the parts are accepted as a whole, it would be an insubstantial argument. The word api indicates here that the body is also a transformation of the elements, since it is not separate from the element and it does not possess the elements as its parts. Thus, the body and the world are false, and the doctrine of false world is true. Okay, if still you are not able to understand, leave it, gradually understand. Okay, now next few shlokas are going to be like that only. So just be more focused, and it's a very high level philosophy. So don't worry if you are not able to understand it first go. Okay, no problem. We did okay 60. धातवो अवयवित्वाच्च तन्मात्रा वयवैर्विना न स्युः सत्यवयविन्यः सन्नवयवो अन्ततः धात्वः, the five elements, avyavitvat, with the cause of being the cause of the bodily concepts, cha and tat matra, the sense objects, sound, taste, touch, etc. Avyai, the subtle parts, without non-words you can see indeed asatyam. Avyavini, in the formation of the body, asan, not existing. Avyavaha, the part of the body, antataha, at the end. Because the body is formed of the five elements, it cannot exist without the subtle sense objects. Because the body's form of the five elements, it cannot exist without the subtle sense objects. Therefore, since the body is false, okay, thank you. Therefore, since the body is false, the sense objects are also naturally false or temporary. स्यात् सादृश्य भ्रमस्तावद्विकल्पे सति वस्तुनः जाग्रस्वापो यथा स्वप्न तथा विधि निषेधता स्यात् it so becomes sadrisha similarity bhrama mistake tavat as long as kalpe in separation sati the part vastuna from the substance jagrat waking swapo sleeping yata as swapne in dream tatha similarly vidhi nishedata the regulative principles consisting of intention and provision when a substance and its parts are separated acceptance of similarity between one and the other is called illusion. While dreaming, one creates a separation between the existence called wakefulness and sleep. It is in such a state of mind that regulative principles of the scriptures consisting of injection and provision are recommended. In material existence, there are many regulative principles and formalities. If material existence is temporary or false, this does not mean that the spiritual world, although similar, is also false. Okay? That one's material body is false or temporary does not mean that the body of the Supreme Lord is false or temporary. Okay? Previously, we understood material world and is all temporary, body is temporary, but that doesn't mean that Krishna's body and Krishna's Goloka is also temporary. That's not the point. That's not the meaning here. Okay? The spiritual world is real and the material world is similar to it. For example, in the desert we sometimes find a mirage, but although the water in a mirage is false, this does not mean that there is no water in reality. Water exists, same thing, like rope and snake, here mirage and water. So water exists, but not in the desert. Similarly, nothing real is in this material world, but reality is in the spiritual world. Okay. The Lord's form and his abode Golok Vrindavan in the Vaikuntha planets are eternal realities. Okay, whatever is there in this material made of five elements, whatever it is not, it is temporary, it may not be real, but that does not mean that the spiritual world is not real. That's the point here. Okay. The spiritual world is real, Krishna's form is also real. Because many people think that Krishna's form also is not real, it is all temporary. That is not correct. Okay, because the thing was my body is temporary, so Krishna's body is temporary, everything like that does not work here. Krishna's body is real, original, eternal, and Krishna's abode, spiritual world is also real. From Bhagavad Gita, we understand that there is another Prakriti or nature which is real. This is explained by the Lord Himself in the 8th chapter from Bhagavad Gita 8:19 to 20. भूतग्रामा स एवायं भूत्वा भूत्वा प्रलीयते रात्रि आगमे अवशापार्ता प्रभवति अहर आगमे परस्तस्मात् तु भावो अन्यो अव्यक्तो अव्यक्तात् सनातनः यः सा सर्वेषु भूतेषु नाशत्सु न विनश्यति अव्यक्तो अक्षरा इति युक्तस्तं आहुः ब्रह्मा परमां गतिं यं प्राप्य न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम. Again and again the day of Brahma comes and all living beings are active. Again the night falls, departs, and they are helplessly dissolved. When Pralaya comes, they will take birth. When Pralaya comes, they will be dissolved. And there is another nature, which is, so this material world is like that. It will be Bhuta Bhuta Pralaya, it will come, it will dissolve, it will come, it will dissolve. Again and again. But Krishna is saying, but there is another nature, which is eternal. and is transcendental to this manifested and unmanifested matter. It is supreme and is never annihilated. That spiritual world will never annihilate. When all in this world is annihilated, that part remains as it is. Everything will be finished, but spiritual world will remain as it is. That supreme abode is called unmanifested, and it is the supreme destination. So that is our supreme goal. When one goes there, he never comes back. That is my supreme. So goal is go there because that is permanent thing. It won't bhuta relate. It will not any will finish. So the material world is temporary or false, but the spiritual world is an eternal real. भावाद्वैतम क्रियाद्वैतम द्रव्याद्वैतम तथात्मना वर्त्यन् स्वानुभूत्येह त्रीन् स्वप्रान् धुन्ते मुनि. Bhavaद्vaitam, oneness in one's conception of life, Kriyaadvaitam, oneness in activity, Dravyadvaitam, oneness in different paraphernalia, Katha as well as Atmana of soul, Vartan considering spa one's own. Anubhutya, according to realization, beyond this level, the three swapna, living condition, wakefulness, sleep, they gives up. After considering the oneness of existence, activity and paraphernalia, and after realizing the self to be different from all experience, the mental speculator Muni, according to his own realization, gives up the three state of wakefulness, sleep. The three words Bhavadvaita, Kriyadvaita, and Dravyadvaita are explained in the following verses. However, one has to give up all the non-duality of philosophical life in the physical world to come to the actual life reality in the spiritual world in order to attain Karya Karana Vastuitva Darshanam Patatantuvat Avastutva Vikalpasya Bhavadvaita Taducha. So these three words will explain you get now. Karya, the result of effect, Karana, the cause, Vastu, Aikya, oneness, Darshanam, observation, Patuta. Pata, the cloth, Tantu, the thread, work like Avastuvat, because of being ultimately unreality, Vikalpasya of differentiation, Avadvaitam, the concept of oneness, Taduchete, that is. When one understands that result and cause are one, and the duality is ultimately unreal, the result and cause are one, and the duality is ultimately unreal. Like the idea that the threads of a cloth are different from the cloth itself. One reaches, like the idea that the threads of a cloth are different from the cloth itself. One reaches the conception of oneness called Bhava Advaita. Okay, the thread and cloth are different from the idea that the threads of a cloth are different from the cloth itself. Okay, so when one understands this, the result that the cause are and the result and the cause are one, the duality is ultimately, and that is called Bhava Advaita. Yad Brahmani Pare Sakshat Sarva Karma Samarpanam Mano Vak Tanuvi Partha Kriya Advaitam Tadachyute. Yet that way is Brahmani, the Supreme Brahman, Pare transcendental Saksha, directly serve of all karma activities, Samarpana, dedicated by the mind, Vak, the words, the body, Par, O Maharaj, Kriya, Advaita, Oneness, my dear Yudhishthira Maharaj, when all the activities one performs with his mind, words, and body are dedicated directly to the service of the Godhead, it is called Kriya Advaita. So first is Bhava Advaita. Okay, feeling and Bhava. And here one's activities are towards Krishna. So reaches oneness of activities. So called Kriya Advaita. The Krishna consciousness movement is teaching people how to come to the stage of dedicating everything to the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Yat karosi yadasnasi yat johosi dadashi yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurusva Mother Arpanam, O son of Kunti, all that you do, all that you eat, all that you offer and give away, as well as all austerities that you may perform, should be done as an offering unto me, Tat Purushottam Arpanam. If whatever we do, whatever we eat, whatever we think, whatever we plan is for the advancement of the Krishna conscious movement, this is oneness. Kriya Advaitam. There is no difference between chanting for Krishna consciousness and working for. There is no difference between chanting for Krishna consciousness and working for Krishna consciousness. On the transcendental platform, they are one. But we must be guided by the spiritual master about this oneness. We should not manufacture our own oneness. So when one is on the transcendental platform, yeah, like Arjuna is fighting in the battlefield. There is not sitting with Mala. One may think he is not chanting 16 now. Why you are saying that? He is full day and night. Night is sleeping, day is working, fighting. So when one is in that, I said all these activities are becoming Krishna conscious. So they are like chanting only. This is doing for Krishna. But we have to chant. We cannot say anyway for me also the same. Na? We have to chant to come to that level. We are not on that level. So in the background, Hare Krishna is going on. Arjuna, when he is sleeping, that time also he is chanting. So always he is chanting in consciousness, and actually he is fighting. Okay, so one, in order to find out whether I came to that level or not, one must take guidance from Guru. One should not create his own oneness. Anyway, I came to that level and I can do all this. Okay, no need to chant now. One may think that anyway I become so great now, no need to chant. So that idea one has to take from Guru. Okay. Atmajaya Sutta Adinam Anyesham Sarvadehinam Yat Swartakam Yorakyam Dravyadvaitam Praducham. Atma of oneself, Jaya, wife, Sutta Adinam, and children, Anyesham of one's relatives, etc. Sarvadehinam. Of all other living entities, yet whatever serve Arthakamayam of one's ultimate goal and benefit, Aikyam oneness, Davya Advaita, oneness of interest, Tat Uchyat it is called. When the ultimate goal and interest of oneself, one's wife, when the ultimate goal and interest of oneself, one's wife, one's children, one's relatives, all other embodied living being is one. This is called Drava Advaita or oneness of interest. Okay. So first was the one, the conceptually oneness. Second was the oneness in activity, and now the third is the oneness of interest. The actual interest of all living entities, indeed, the goal of life is to return home back to God. This is the interest of oneself. Okay, the oneness in interest. So going back home back to God is the one's own interest, one's wife's interest, one's children, one's disciples, and one's friends, relatives, countrymen, and all humanity interests is this. So the Krishna consciousness movement can give directions for management by which everyone can partake in Krishna conscious activities and reach the ultimate goal, which is known as Swarthaka. The objective of everyone's interest is Vishnu, but because people do not know this, Nate Vitu Swargate Vishnu, they are making various plans by which to fulfill so many concocted interests in life. The Krishna consciousness movement is trying to bring everyone to the highest interest. The process may be differently named, but if the aim is one, people should follow it to achieve the ultimate goal in life. Unfortunately, people are thinking of different interests, and blind leaders are misleading them. Everyone is trying to reach the goal of complete happiness materially because people do not know what complete happiness is. They are materially diverted toward different interests. People are having different because they think one is thinking after getting this I will be happy. After getting this, so they have different idea of happiness, and they are differently Yeah, different interests are there, but they don't know that there is whatever they may try, they won't get eternal happiness only when they go back to God. It. So when they everybody understand that everybody's interest will be same. That's called the what is that? The oneness of interest. Okay. Kamayuraikyam द्रव्याद्वैतम तद उच्यते यद अस्य वाणी निषिद्धम यद अस्य वा निषिद्धम स्यादेन यत्र यतो नृपा सा तेन हेत कार्याणि नरो न्यान्यैरनापति yet whatever yes of a man who are either anishiddham not forbidden syat it is so yena by which means yatra in place and time yata from which nirpa o king saha such a person tena by such a process he heta should perform karya any prescribed duties naraha a person not any by other way anapadi in the absence of danger in normal conditions. In the absence of danger, working industrial man should perform his prescribed activities according to the status of life with the things, endeavors, process, and living place that are not forbidden for him and not by any other means. This instruction is given for men in all statuses of life. Generally, society is divided into Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra, Brahmachari, Sannyasi, and Grihasthas. Everyone must act according to his position and try to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead, for that will make one's life successful. This was instructed in Naimisharanya. Ataha Pumbir, this is very important. Ataha Pumbir Duja Sreshta Varnashram Vibhagsa Swanutishtasya Dharmasya Samsiddhir Hari Toshnam. O best among the twice born, it is therefore concluded that the highest perfection one can achieve by discharging his prescribed duties according to caste, divisions, and order of life is to please the Lord Hari. Whatever situation you are, you do your duty just with one intention, one idea that you want to do it for the service of Krishna or to please Lord Hari, some Siddhir Hari Toshnam. So you should know if one can approach Guru, that this is my position, what is my prescribed duty, Guru will tell this is your prescribed duties. By doing that prescribed duty, try to please Lord Hari. So the goal of all the duties, whether one is Brahman, whether Kshatriya, whether Vaishya, Sudra. So this whole system of Varnashram is designed so that everyone can act in order to please Lord Hari. एतेरन्यस्य वेदोक्तैर् वर्तमान स्वकर्मभिः गृहे अपस्य गतिं यायाद राजंस्तद्भक्तिमाङ्गनरः. By these ways, Anyai by other ways, and Veda Uktai as directed in the Vedic literature, Vartmana abiding Swakarmi by one's of duties, Grahe api even at home must of Lord Krishna destination. Yaya can reach Rajan or King Tat Bhakti Bhag, who renders devotional service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Naraha, any person. O King, one should perform his occupational duties according to these instructions, as well as other instructions given in the Vedic literature, just to remain a devotee of Lord Krishna. Thus, even while at home, one will be able to reach the destination. So actually, you see in Bhagavatam everywhere, so many processes will be explained. Mind and this merging, yoga and all. Ultimately, it will conclude with Bhagavad. Same with Bhagavad Gita. Okay. So here also a lot of things you discussed in between, some very complicated, some simple, this, that, liberation, so many things. And now conclusion is coming to the ultimate goal. O king, one should perform his occupation duty according to these instructions as well as other instructions in the Vedic literature, just to remain a devotee of God Krishna. In this way, even while at home, one will be able to reach that destination. Because you remember long back, what was Yudhishthira Maharaj's question? I am in home, Grasta, how I can upgrade, do bhakti. So the ultimate goal of life is Vishnu Krishna. Therefore, either by Vedic regulative principles or by materialistic activities, if one tries to reach the destination of Krishna, that is the perfection of life. Krishna should be the target. Everyone should try to reach Krishna from any position. So this is actually the good thing about Bhakti Yoga. We have direct knowledge of Krishna. So we don't have to go too much detailed knowledge of everything or detailed process of all those things. Those are our gradual processes. And we do not worry about that. We got to know Sarvadharma and we got essence, right? So that is a fast process, a bypass you can say directly. Okay. So no need to get into too much of those gradual processes. Krishna accepts service from anyone. The Lord says in Bhagavad Gita 9, Mami Shritya Yepi Sripapi Yoniha Istriya Vaishyatada Shudra Devi Anti Paramgat. O son of Pritha, those who take shelter in me, though they be of lower birth, women, Vaishyas, merchants, as well as Shudras, can approach the supreme destination. It does not matter what one's position is. If one aims at reaching Krishna by performing his occupation duty under the direction of the spiritual master, his life is successful. It is not that only sannyasis, vanaprasthis, and brahmacharis can reach Krishna. Okay? One may think, "Ore, what is this? I am this." No, anybody can reach. It is not that if one's aim at reaching Krishna by performing his occupation duty under the direction of the spiritual master, his life is successful. So, direction, prescribed duties you are doing, but under the guidance of the spiritual master, then you will be perfect. So, it is not that only sannyasis, vanaprasthas, and brahmacharis can reach Krishna. A grahastha, a householder can also reach Krishna provided he becomes a pure devotee without material desires. Example of this is cited in the next verse. Okay, so one may even think, they are nice sannyasi, brahmachari, they are very happy doing bhakti, no job, nothing, simply full 24 hours doing bhakti, very easy. I am a woman, I am a worker, I am a grahastha, family member, this, that, children. No, anybody, if you follow Shravan Kirtan Navida Bhakti, you can become devotee and go direct back home, back to God. It's not tough job. I mean, even being in those grasta position, women position, even Shudra position, whatever position one may be, bhakti does not, um, bhakti is not depending upon your position. Bhakti is depending on your bhakti, the way you are doing it. Okay, under the direction of Guru. यदा हि यूयं नृपदेव दुस्त्यजा दापत् गणादुत्तरत्तात्मनः प्रभो यत्पाद सेवया भवान् आहार शिन्निर्जित दिग्गजा. Yata, as he indeed Yujam, all of you Pandava Nirpa Deva, O Lord of the King, human beings and Nemigot Dustyajat, insurmountable apad, dangerous condition, Ganat from all Uttarata, escaped Atmana, own Prabhu, the Lord, Yat Path Pankeruhu, whose lotus feet, Sevaya, by serving Bhavan yourself, Aharshi performed Nirjit, defeating Dik Gajaha, the most powerful enemies who were like elephant. O King Yudhishthir, okay, now very nice things are coming. O King Yudhishthir, because of your service to the Supreme Lord, all of you Pandavas, okay, all of you Pandavas defeated the greatest dangers posed by numerous kings and demigods. By serving the lotus feet of Krishna, you conquered great enemies who were like elephants, and thus you collected ingredients for sacrifice. By His grace, may you be delivered from material involvement. 1 second. So this is what is slogan. This is 68. Okay, so this also will do. Okay, so Naradji is saying that, O King Yudhishthir, because of your service to the Supreme Lord, you all Pandavas defeated the greatest dangers because you did service to Krishna. And big dangers. You defeated many people, great kings, demigods, by serving the lotus feet of Krishna. You conquered great enemies. And in this way, you collected ingredients for sacrifice. By His grace, by Krishna's grace, may you be delivered from material form. Placing himself as an ordinary householder, Maharaj Yudhishthir inquired from Narad Muni how a Graha Mudra thi, person who is. So we are going back now. After Prahlad Maharaj story completed, this thing happened in the 14th chapter, I think. Yeah. Okay, so this question was asked. So Yudhishthira Maharaj said he is a fool householder. So he placed himself in that position humbly and he asked the question. What was the question? A person who is entangled in household life and who thus continues to remain a fool can be delivered. Narad Muni encouraged Maharaj Yudhishthira by saying, so he explained initially also he encouraged that you are so nice, already you are great. Krishna is with you. Now again after explaining everything, he is saying that you are already on the safe side because you along with your entire family have become a pure devotee of Krishna. By Krishna's grace, the Pandavas conquered in the battle of Kurukshetra and were saved from many dangers posed not only by kings but sometimes even by the demigods. Thus, they are a practical example of how to live in security and safety by the grace of Krishna. Everyone should follow the examples of the Pandavas who showed how to be saved by the grace of Krishna. Our Krishna conscious movement ISKCON is intended to teach how everyone can live peacefully in this material world and at the end of life return home back to God. And that's why one should uh, learn from Pandavas. In the material world, there are always dangers at every step. Padam padam yad vipadam natesham. Nonetheless, if in this material world, every step there is a great danger. But if one takes shelter of Krishna without hesitation and keeps under the shelter of Krishna, he can easily cross the ocean of ignorance. Samasrita ye pada pallav pallavam mahat padam punyo yasho murare. To the devotee, this great ocean of innocence becomes like a puddle of water in the footprint of a cow. Okay, like this whole Bhavasagar material world becomes like how much the small puddle of water in the footprint of a cow. When the calf will keep his leg, there will be some water in that. That much is a space for material world for a devotee. You can just quickly cross and go that side. A pure devotee without embracing himself by trying for elevation in so many ways. A pure devotee without embarrassing himself by trying for elevation in so many ways stays in the safest position. What is the safest position? As a servant of Krishna, and thus his life is eternally safe without a doubt. Okay, thank you so much. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Granth Raj ki jai. Okay, thank you so much for your patience and time. So 2 hours you gave and a lot of things we discussed today. Many nice questions came. Hare Krishna. If you have still some more questions, you can ask in quickly sometime now. Okay, till 68 we did. Now Narad Muni actually concluded the whole thing, and Narad Muni told to Yudhishthira that you are actually doing nice, and uh, and then you are why, because you were engaged and you are protected by Krishna and all those things. And then he will give his own example also. Tomorrow, Narad Muni's previous life story will come. It's a new topic, so tomorrow we will explain. Okay, Hare Krishna. No question. Okay. If any question is there, host can unmute if somebody says. You can raise your hand. Okay. So thank you all. Actually, 2 hours is a big time, and you are all sitting patiently hearing it is very wonderful. Hare Krishna.